If you want to see some bags that I have had a ball making, drawstring bags and tote bags, hang around with me and spend some time with me today. Good morning. Welcome to my channel. My name is Lynn and I'm glad you're here today. Whether you are new or you're a returning viewer, it doesn't matter. I'm glad you took a few minutes out of your day to hang out with little old me. Now, it is early. This is the last day before we have to go out of town, so I'm trying to scramble to get everything done, and that means getting this last video. Actually, this won't be the last, but this is the last video that I have a chance to record before we leave. Now, what I'm going to do is try to get some footage in the mountains. I'm going to take my laptop because your girl has gotten a little bit better about editing. But I may not be able to edit everything for the mountain footage that I can get. Pardon me. It is, I just said it was early in the morning, so my voice hasn't even had a time to wake up. I've only been up for about maybe an hour, and this is the first time I've spoken because my husband sleeps late. I talk to the kitty cats and the puppy dogs, but that's like at a whisper, so I don't wake him up. More on that later, just in case there are people here who just want to see the bags. All right. I usually do not start a project a custom project until I have gotten paid. But this one, I've been in conversation with this person, and you know who you are. But I had, from the time we got everything settled on what she wanted, I was looking at the clock figuratively, and it was counting down, and I wanted to go ahead and make sure that I wasn't thinking about this while we were out of town. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and make it. So I did, and I love how it turned out. This right here is the cutest little bag. Is that not precious? And it's got its little pocket in the front. I think, now, everything about the bag was chosen by the person who ordered it. And I think it works really, really well. Now, I'm not sure what you're being able to see on the screen because I sent the picture of the completed item to my daughter-in-law. And when she saw it in person, she's like, well, the colors look so much better in person. And I said, yeah, I agree. I was scared that the way of looking at it in the photo, you know, because you just never know. Images, screens, recording devices, whether it's cameras, phones, you know, it just depends. And what you're looking at, it matters too. And then, of course, it's got its beautiful little white drawstring. Yeah. White liner. I have had my caffeine. I am not drinking my second thing of caffeine this early because though I do have a lot of work to do today, I don't want to be bouncing off the walls doing it. To be fair. Yeah. Okay. Now, these next two bags, I hinted to one, but I'm going to show it. And I called it Candy Skulls. Forgive me, y'all. That video has not even come out because I had to pre-record it to air while we were gone, while we will be gone. So if you did see it, I can't remember if it would be Monday's video or Wednesday's video. I don't remember. This might be Wednesday's video, and I might kick the other one too. So you might have saw it Monday. I don't know, dude. This is the problem with pre-recording everything. I don't know when I'm going to schedule everything. All right, so I called it candy skulls, but it's technically sugar skulls. And I thought about it after I recorded that, and I'm like, I said the wrong word. But you know me, I'm going to say the wrong word. Now, this is what I was talking about in that video. Except, I need to do my little lint roller. Except I did not do the pink bow lining. Because, again, I was looking for some feedback from y'all, and it hasn't ran yet. So I don't have that feedback. So I went ahead and just did my traditional white liner. Now, if you do want a sugar skull bag with the green or the purple bottom and top, or you want one with the pink bow lining, let me know. Let me know, because I can always make one. I just wanted to go ahead and get this one made because I'm not a sugar skulls. I don't traditionally lean towards sugar skulls, but I actually love this print. But we already know I can't keep all the bags I make, so they have to go bye-bye. They have to find new homes. And y'all are great at that. Now. But yeah, if you want any alteration of that, that's fine. I wanted to show you what I'd done. And it seems like that's all I'm making right now is bags, but I'm not. These are bags, except for the orders, these are bags that I've been wanting to make anyway, because I have a stack, okay? I currently have 4 bags in that stack to make with different prints. This was one of them. Now, it was up there, but I had actually bought the bottom and the top as a color option for that pig bag. Because the coral on here, see, this is the bag. I'm going to show you the bag first, and then I'll show you, I'm trying to knock my lights down. This is the bag. Isn't that so beautiful? Look at that. I love when it works out like that. I love it, I love it, I love it. And it's got the traditional white liner. And Darlene asked on a video from yesterday in my world, if I do zippers. Traditionally, I don't. I don't do zippers because I was going to start adding them. And I got a lot of feedback saying, no, we don't like zippers either because it snags the yarn. So the only way I will add a zipper to a bag is if it's a gust. Apparently that's not a wake-up sound. I hope I'm not trying not to get sick right before we have to go out of town. But unless it's a custom item, usually I will not add a zipper. Okay? But is this not beautiful? It's so pretty. I cannot, y'all, Oh, I had a little piece of lint on that one too. Actually, that wasn't lint, that was white thread. Hey, that's the way sewists do, But yes, I love it, I love it, I love it. Now, the reason I bought this was because it matched one of the pigs on this, let's get it where they're not flying out. See, I mean, can y'all see? I don't know if that's going to match on the screen or not. But in person, this matches that. And I had bought this color for that reason. But when I was pulling out my to make bags, this was there. And I'm like, ooh. Oh, no, wait. This was, I don't remember how this, I thought it was maybe in those bins, but no, it wasn't in those bins. So, might have been in the to make bag. I mean, to make it, yeah, I think it was in the to make style. Or is this, I think it was in the, because I think I was doing it when I organized. I don't know. See, I have several prints similar to this. And I have a bag made. Oh, somebody probably bought it. Let me see if I can see it. Yeah, it's like tropical ferns and stuff. I'm sure it's on my website because it's one of those ongoing ones that I can custom make. But I love the bright tropical look. It's just, it draws me in every single time. But is that not gorgeous? And my daughter-in-law, she's like, because I showed her a picture of the Sugar Skulls bag. And I said, okay, now to make a bright one. Because, I mean, you know, light and dark, it's like opposites, right? I am nutting up this morning. That's okay. I'm gearing up because I'm excited to go, you know? So, let's see. But this is the bright version, you know. I fell in love with this, and I wanted to make a bag with this. And like I said, I have a to make bag, a thing. Now I have some, I think it's surfing dogs over there that I need to make, that I want to make. But, Tina, I know I have more of that fabric that you want the keychain out of. I cannot find it for the life of, oh, actually, I just saw it. I just saw it. I thought I had it over here with all my bee stuff, but I couldn't find it. So I'm like, I know I have more of this fabric. So this is the very last day I'll be home before we go to the mountains. So I may not be able to get that done anyway. But it will be the first thing that I work on when I get back. Now, because I don't set just one towel. I wanna have a couple different things to set the cotton colors with. So that's not ready anyway. So we're good. I know you said no rush, and unfortunately that is actually happening this time. Now, if that's what all you came for, the bags, the beautiful sewn objects, that's it. There is an update on something that I talked about before. I do plan on making like a tutorial, sort of, kind of, maybe. I don't know if I will label it as a tutorial. Just kind of like a guide, maybe. No, it's just, I guess that is what it's called, a tutorial. I hate that word. You know why I hate that word? Because I'm horrible at them. But I will put together, if anybody's in, for those who are interested, I will put together a video of me from start to finish on a bag, so that if you do want to know how to make one of these bags and you already sew, you got it. Or you probably already know how to do that. I know I have quite a few sewists in my viewers, so you probably already know what you're doing anyway. But there are those who want to learn how to make new things, and it would be easier for them to have, I mean, I'm sure there's bag tutorials out there. But I've been asked by a couple people on different avenues about bag patterns, or a video on making bags, or I even got confirmation on the video that I talked about possibly making a video on making bags. So it's gonna happen, much like the video that I was talking about at the beginning of this one, of little clips that I can get up in the mountains. My son is better at those parts of the editing, so I think what I'll do is go ahead, so that doesn't tie up a lot of storage on my phone, as I record. Like if I record 2 or 3 clips during the day, when I get back, wherever I think it is a cabin. I was about to say the hotel, but I think I'm pretty sure my son rented a cabin. But whenever we get back to wherever my son rented for us to stay, I will dump them onto my laptop and edit it to the point to where it can be added into the main clips, right? Because I feel like my editing is not as good as my son's. I don't know how to put stuff on the screen yet, not in DaVinci, but just in the videos that I've had to edit while my son has been out of town, I'm getting back in the groove of it. So maybe I will learn a little bit more as I go along, and I'm excited to do that, because to take that pressure off my son, even though he doesn't mind. I mean, like I said, both of my sons, they work together, but they work really long hours, and since they've been out of town, I think they worked 6 12s last week, and then they'll be working 2 12s this week, and then I think they're driving back home, and then we'll all leave together. At first, I thought we were going to just meet up. I thought we were going to meet up in the mountains, right? Well, I don't think we are now. I think that plan has changed. I think they're going to come back down to South Carolina, and then we'll all leave. We'll get to, we'll travel all together. Not all together in the same car, because there's too many of us. There's 6 of us, and their Ford Edge only holds 5, and my son's, my husband's Titan only holds 5, but we wouldn't take that anyway. That thing is too much of a gas guzzler. But my other son's Subaru Wilderness, or the Outback or something, I can't remember. No, it's the Subaru Outback Wilderness. So I had all the words, I just mangled them up. But that only holds 5. So either which way, we would have had to, if the boys hadn't come down, we probably would have, my son that owns the Subaru, he wanted us to take that car. So me, my husband, my daughter-in-law, and my grandson, we could have drove the Wilderness up there. But we would have been limited on, we would have had to rent a car, or somebody would have had to ride in the back, which probably would have been me, because I'm the smallest of all of them. Except for the baby, but he has to be in a car seat. And that's not legal, so yeah. I don't know. We'll probably just, like I said, as of yesterday, my older son said to my daughter-in-law that they were coming home. So we'll see. The good news is, my greenhouse situation has been taken care of. Yesterday, I think we finally got my daughter-in-law's garden situation done. Because when I went to Walmart the other day and bought the 2-zone water timer, I didn't need the one that I had, the single zone. I mean, I'm going to use it. I'm not going to throw it away or return it because, hello, we have all that gardening situation that we're about to do for next year that will benefit from that. So I wasn't going to get rid of it. But I told my daughter-in-law, we're sitting there trying to rack our brains because I had recommended that we do something, and then she thought, we could do something else. But this whole time we've been trying to figure out her situation because she's got kind of a unique situation in her garden. She's like, well, short of having a two zone or dual zone like you do, I don't know what else to do. Meantime, I have this spare single zone water timer that I took out of my garden, my greenhouse, and I'm like, Kat, what are we thinking? You can use this. So I went down there yesterday, and well, for the past week and a half, y'all know how when I do my exercises, I take my walk. Me and Maya take my walk down my driveway, which down and back is a mile. So that's what we usually do. Well, my daughter-in-law and my grandson for the last week and a half have been joining me. And I think it's so awesome. It's time to get good exercise in, but it's also time just to, get a good start to your day. So they'll come up after they wake up and everything, and before school, and they'll come up and we'll do our walk and everything. And then usually they go home and do school. Well, yesterday, I told her, I was like, let's get your garden situated, because she said that she had to get the garden figured out, and then they were going to do school around noon. And either one works, because the way my grandson, he can focus in the morning, he can focus in the afternoon or at midday, and he can focus in on the afternoon. So, I mean, it meant that they would be doing school a little later in the evening or the afternoon, but, it works. So, we're sitting there doing all that, and let me tell you, we're having a ball. All right, it's already pretty warm, because by the time we got down there, it was about 10 o'clock. And we had already been sweating from the walk. And it was warm, because the sun, it's beating down pretty and bright and shiny. And we hook it up, and we're all getting wet, because she has two big sprinklers, the kind that go, and it goes, and you know what I mean. So those are sitting up on T-posts, and we're getting drenched and loving it. The baby too, my grandson too. And it's exciting because we figured it out. It's going to work for her garden. Now, granted, it's not going to be a super long time that we're going to be away from our gardens, but it'll take care of them without human intervention. Because trust me, we live out in the boonies. It's very hard for people to, pitch in and come help. But let me tell you, it's kind of a routine in the last week and a half that will come in. When they actually build the house out here, it'll come in handy that we already have that routine, Instead of her having to drive up, we'll just do our walk right here together. Now, in one of the, because I did have to order a couple things off of Amazon. It wasn't my splitter. I'm sorry, I'm trying to clear my throat. I didn't mean to be that loud. It wasn't my splitter. What did I order? I can't remember. There was something I ordered, and it said it wouldn't be here till the day before today. It would be either yesterday or today, which was cutting it really, really too close since we're leaving tomorrow, in my world. And I was worried that it wouldn't do it. And it said if you do qualifying orders up to $25, you can have it overnight. Oh, that's what it was. It was a 10-foot extension hose to try to figure out the back bed in my greenhouse. And by the way, that helped. But what helped even more was the dual zone. Because I can put all of the water on that one bed for the hour, and then at another time, the other two beds can get watered. So that worked. The dual zone worked better, and I got it from Walmart. The 10-foot hose did come in handy, okay? And the hose that it replaced went down to my daughter-in-law. So, because I didn't need 25 feet, I needed a shorter hose so that the water didn't have to go as far. So anyway, all that is to lead up to show you what I did order some more interfacing for my totes, the stiffer, the medium to heavyweight. I did order some more of that because that put me over. But one of the suggestions it had, and these were only $5, but one of the suggestions it had was these right here, and I thought, y'all know I don't like to do binding. But, not a squirrel moment. My great-nephew was born yesterday. So, his name is Isaiah. And I will be able to, when we get back, put his information on his quilt and then get it finished. So, I'm so excited. And I bought these just in time. Because I can make my own binding. I have made my own binding plenty of times. And I don't have a binding in that color that would match. So, these right here, I can't read the writing on the back of it. But, they're basically little tools to help you make binding. And I'm not going to try to open it right now. But it goes in different size ranging, I think, from 1/4 of an inch to 1.5 inches. No, I think it goes up to from 1/4 inch to 1 inch, maybe. I think it goes 1/4. It might be 1/8, 1/4. Why would they do 1/8? They wouldn't do 1/8. So it has to be 1/4. Though this one right here looks like it might be 1.5 inches, but there's no way that's 1.5 inches. No, that's 1 inch. And it's a little shy of 1 inch, to be honest. So I'm going to be able to make binding a lot easier with these things. And like I said, they were only $5. So it's 5 of them, so they were $1 a piece. So I ordered that overnight stuff, and I was like, oh. And it's so funny because that came from Amazon. Sorry. It's so funny because this came from the Amazon I used to work at up in West Columbia. It's called CAE1. And honestly, y'all, I had thought about doing the Spark delivery for Walmart and the Amazon Flex delivery. I've thought about it. I can't do any of that right now because my car's not fixed, but I love y'all, and you know I do. It's just the channel and the website's not bringing in quite as much as I need. So I'm thinking I might have to supplement it with, yeah. So I might have to, but I am thinking about, now we do have a new Amazon over here in Georgia, which honestly, I think I'm about halfway in between. It's the Appling one. So it's between Appling and Columbia, or West Columbia. But either way, it'd be about the same distance, but I'd only have to drive there once, pick up my deliveries, and then do my deliveries in whatever zone I pick up for. So, yeah, I'm thinking about it. Like, I don't have enough going on right now, right? But at least it would be something that I could do it on my own schedule. If things are too crazy one day, I don't work. But the next day, if it's wide open, I can do 2 of them if I have to. Two time blocks. So, because I think they're like 3 or 4 hour time blocks that you can get. I don't know. Every time I talk about working, it's not met with good vibes from my family. Apparently, I'm a lot better off doing this. And I am. I just need to be able to make the money, right? Oh, speaking of. So, a couple years ago, it wasn't last year because I had the whole closing Joanne thing down to deal with. But it was the year before, so it was 2 years from this coming June. The first week in June, we have what they call the Highway 23 yard sale. And it runs from Johnston all the way to Batesburg. It's Highway 23. It's a little back country road. And people set up all the way along that road, and it's one big long yard sale for 2 days. It's the first weekend in June. Now, the last time I did it 2 years ago, I didn't really do that well. But I only had crochet and knit stuff. Now, this year, I will have crochet and knit, but I will also have my bags and my keychains and all that. So I'm hoping, I want to do it this year. I really, really do. I'm hoping that I can do a little bit better. And my daughter-in-law had wanted to, originally our plans was so she would have stitch markers and, keychains and bag charms made to do those with, because she does polymer clay. But then the backhoe happened. And neither one of us got hardly any work done outside of digging up stumps and moving stumps and getting the land ready to build and plant grass and seed and everything for the cow pastures and all of that fun stuff. So I don't 100% know that I'm going to do it, but that's kind of why I was trying to get some of these bags made, was just in case, because I still have a good many bags sitting over there. And whether they are a hit or not, if I take them, if I do go, we don't know yet. But, cross your fingers, because hopefully I can get it. Yeah. I mean, this is not me. I'm just, I have those two humongous monthly payments that I have to deal with. And then the smaller payment for my, whatchamacallit, for my crown. And unfortunately, the two bigger payments, they were just, yeah. Y'all know, the concussion and the very expensive ride to the hospital. Man, I don't understand how they can price gouge you so much. I understand. No, let me take that back. They don't price gouge you. They help you in your time of need. I know that. Okay, I do. It's just, I don't mind paying the people that helped me. All right. What I have a problem with is you charging me, how much was it for the mileage? $17 a mile? Or was it $32 a mile? It seems like it was outrageous. I mean, $17 a mile is outrageous to me, but it was really, really high. They had the fee for the EMTs, and then they had the mileage. Okay, I get it. But do not. And yes, I know it's set up because most of the time insurance pays it, right? Well, those of us who don't have insurance, you are literally price gouging us because we didn't have a choice. I would not have done that. My family made that choice for me. Okay? I would not have called an ambulance for anything because I know how expensive those ambulance bills are. When the ambulance had to come pick up my husband when he had his wreck on the interstate, that was atrocious. And we had to pay it. It just there was no ifs, ands, or buts about it. But hold on, let me make sure. I done got so aggravated that I wasn't paying attention to what I was doing. Okay, yeah, because on every other row here, I have to knit front and back loop, but knit front and knit back. You know what I mean. Anyway, and then every other one, I just knit the first stitch. So I had to make sure I was on the right row. But I'm not gonna keep going on about that. It is what it is. It's a bill I have to pay. I don't have a choice. I have to pay it. So I gotta get off that. I gotta change that. My mood. It can tank a mood. Oh, speaking of tanking a mood, good news and bad news. Good news is I have to go pick something up today. The bad news is they tanked my mood last night about it. So I was running out yesterday. No, not yesterday. 3 days ago. I was going to, one of my rewards was going to expire. And y'all, I'm working on that Aria tea. And I'm working off the piece that I had already done and was frogging. I'm almost done. Look, I don't have that much more to use. And then I will be finished with this. I can start a new ball. Let me finish telling you about the good news, bad news thing. And then we'll talk about what I need to hurry up. But we need to talk about, I will talk about what a mess my mind is right now about what to take on the trip. Anyway, so I had just put my phone on charge yesterday or last night, about to sit down to eat, and my text goes off. I'm like, now me and my daughter-in-law had been texting on and off You know, because we're trying to get the last minute stuff done before the trip. And sure enough, I open my phone, Michael's. I got a Michael's text stating, "Thank you for picking up your order." And I'm like, I didn't pick up my order. Said order is the one that I needed to use those 2 rewards that would be expiring. And I'm like, I didn't pick up my order. My daughter-in-law had just texted me about her and the baby playing a board game down at their house. So I knew my daughter-in-law hadn't went and picked it up, because usually, you know, she doesn't go to town by herself. Usually I'll ride with her. And I'm like, okay. So I'm trying to eat my dinner, while actually mildly panicking, thinking someone has done run off with my order. So I told my husband, I'm like, hold on, baby, I'm sorry. Normally I do not touch my phone during dinner, because that's not the way I run. That's not the way I do things. So I told him, I said, excuse me, please. I cannot, my mind cannot focus on food and eating when I'm distracted. So I called my local Michael's. And she asked me my name and everything. I said, yeah. I said, I got a text saying, thank you for picking up your order, and I'm sitting here eating dinner. I have not picked up my order. And, you know, she gets my name and everything, and she says, hold on, let me go check. And it was a minor mistake. I mean, you know, she said that she had walked over there and looked at all the empty bins and grabbed papers and scanned them. My bin wasn't empty, but she scanned my sheet. Whatever. I was like, okay. Well, can you undo that, please? She's like, there's no way for me to. I said, yes, I'm sure you can. I used to work at Joann, and when we scanned the wrong barcode, we could go back in and say, I can't remember the proper verbiage at the moment, but basically, oops, this person has not picked up their order. It's still an active order. And she's like, I can't do that. And inwardly, I'm thinking, yes, you can, but you don't know how, or you don't want to know how, or whatever it may be. And she's like, well, you know, if you want, I can get a supervisor, or I can just make a note. You know, it won't be till tomorrow till they can undo it. I was like, you know what? I was planning on picking this up tomorrow. I lived 30, sometimes 45 minutes, depending on traffic, away from the store, so I will get up there tomorrow and pick up my stuff. And let me tell you, I did. And when I told my daughter-in-law, she's like, your order might have been gone. And maybe they just said that they would fill it and not be the wiser. And that could have been possible. That could be possible. As long as, and what I told my husband, as long as they have my stuff ready when I'm there, I'm fine. But if I get there, their system says I've already picked it up. So I won't have a leg to stand on. And that's what I don't like. But we will deal with that. I have clothes to wash, and normally I pack my clothes. I pack our bags way early, mine and my husband's. But I don't have a whole lot of clothes, y'all. I mean, tops, I have plenty of tops, but pants and shorts will primarily shorts, because I'm not going to go up into the mountains and be this hot. So it's going to be shorts. And I have maybe 3 pair of shorts that I fully wear on any rotation. Now, Anyway, all that to say, I have a lot of last minute stuff to do. So I have to wash all the clothes, get mine and my husband's bag packed. Like underwear, socks, all that stuff, yes, that's fine. But I still need the bulk. The shirts, that's fine. But I do need to be able to... Yeah, my brain just hit pause. Sorry. And plus, I also have to figure out what projects I'm taking. Then I have to run to Michael's. Yes, I did. I rolled my eyes so hard my head hurt. So I will show y'all that when I get back. Which for you, it'll probably only be a day or two in video sequence. But for me, it'll be when I get back from my trip. And let me tell you, I'm ready. I'm not going to lie. I wanted to do a cruise this year, but October's hospitalization and concussion and all that kind of took that off the table. It took it off the table. Because usually if we do a cruise, we book it and then we pay so much along on, every month, so that it's a lot more attainable. But obviously that didn't happen this year. And honestly, if it wasn't for my son booking this trip for the grandbaby's birthday, I wouldn't be going on a trip this year. Just, funds are what they are. But I'm looking forward to it. But I don't know. I miss the way the mountains or Gatlinburg and Maggie Valley used to be. It's gotten so worse, touristy and packed, and it's not as pleasant. It really isn't. But it's really, really fun for a 5-year-old, or he will be 6. So it is what it is, but it will get me away. The only thing about it is I'm going to miss my kitty cats so stinking bad. I'm going to miss Maya, don't get me wrong. But Maya, she's been, she goes to my son's friend when we're out of town. And she's not happy about it, but she's used to it. And this is the kitten's first ever, because they were just born on Halloween, so this is the first time they will be separated from me, from humans, period. Now my father-in-law is gonna come down, because we'll be gone 4 days, and he will come down. Let's see, we'll be leaving that day, and then so technically the second day we'll be gone, he'll be down. So they will see a human, but it's not me, it's not my husband, it's not my sons or my grandson or my daughter-in-law. They've met my father-in-law, but I don't know. But I'm not worried about it, because they have the feeder and the waterer and automatic cat box. So basically he's just coming to check on them. And the greenhouse is self-sufficient. He's going to check on that for me too, just as a check-in. I'm not used to that. I'm used to having, somebody have to come daily and tend to critters, or, Yeah, I'm not used to being everything so automatic and so tended to. Used to be, it's so funny, because used to be with Skittles, I would get those disposable, those use and throw away. Well, that's what disposable meant, but the cat boxes like that, I would buy him one or two of those. That way he wouldn't have to scoop litter, because he's not a cat person. He's mellowed in his older years, but yeah. Yeah, me and him have run in. We have bumped heads many times over his distaste of cats. Like I said, he's mellowed as he's gotten older, but he used to love shotguns, and any stray cat was fair game to him, whether they were stray or not. It didn't matter if they landed on his property. Yeah. I'm gonna stop talking about that. So now you would never know that the man wasn't a cat person. I mean, you would, to look at him and around cats, but you know, he will love on them, or I mean, he has to, because, you know, anytime he comes to my house, my cats are here, and they'll jump on you and say hello, demand some a little bit of attention, and then they'll go about their way. Or if you terrify them, which he doesn't terrify my cats. Skittles used to love on him, but as she got older, she was scared of everybody. So everybody but me and my husband and my sons. My grandson terrified her. My daughter-in-law didn't terrify her, but you know, she wasn't. Skittles was used to the people she grew up with. Okay, how about that? And my sons, Jesus, it was so funny because I got her in 2010. So the boys were just on the cusp of being teenagers. And I mean, they were like right there. I think, no, actually they might have been, yeah, they might have been teenage. They might have been 13 that year. No, they were 12. They were 12 and a half when I got her, because she was my birthday present in 2010. We got her in July, but because we got her from the local shelter. And she was 3 months old when we bought her. We did buy her, basically. Adopting is buying. And buying is adopting, right, Meredith? Because that's what we do with yarn. We adopt yarn. Anyway, so it was July when we got her, and let me tell you, she was 3 months old, and she adored my boys. My boys adored her. Let me just be totally honest. And she would take rough love attention type thing. Austin wasn't that bad. Austin loved on her, but he was a little softer. Adam was very rough. I mean, he would just do her little head like that and just hold her and kiss her, and she didn't care. She ate it up. But by the time my grandson came around, you know, she was like, yeah, I'm a little old for this kind of crazy. Because my grandson does have those little spurts like my son did. Just one little burst of energy that he has to get out, and spazzy type thing. Yep. Anyway, I'm going to get off here. I think I dropped that earlier. I don't see it. I know I dropped it because I heard it hit. But I'm going to get off here because my daughter-in-law and grandson should be here momentarily for us to go on our walk and get our day started. I hope, because I can't start the clothes until my husband wakes up, because I don't want to wake him up. and to go in there and get all the clothes to get sorted, and because I told him I was going to do it last night and I fell asleep because I was a tired turkey. But anyway, I hope that you have a great one. I hope that you find some kind of joy today, and if not, look for it. It's there. I'm going to try to remind myself of that today. And if the only joy I can find is mine and my daughter-in-law and my grandson's walk, that will be my joy for the day. But I hope you have a great one, and I will see you in the next video. Until then, take care of you. Bye.